What makes a great pair of running sunglasses? Ooh, great question. I'd love to talk to you about that. I am Eyeglass Tyler from SportRx, and I would like to talk to you about features to look for so that when you buy your sunglasses, you can just focus on your run. When it comes to choosing the right pair of running sunglasses, there are a few key features that you're going to want to look for. Lightweight, that comes to both the frame material and the lens material. Grip, on the temple, on the nose, ideally both, maybe one or the other. And the lens material is going to be important, not only for it being lightweight, but also being super impact resistant. That obviously is going to be important for you. Other topics that we will be covering is how to pick lenses, some sizing. For those of you who need prescription, we're going to be touching on that as well. Ideally, by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what to look for when you are looking for your pair of running sunglasses. When it comes to frame materials, some do's and don'ts. A do is get a lightweight material that is super durable. So when you're looking at Oakley, on the vast majority of their frames, they have their O matter frame material. Super lightweight, also very durable, also very flexible. It's almost impossible to break these guys. They're gonna stand up to a big beating for sure. Other frame materials to look for, if you can hear about the frame materials when you're buying the frame. TR90 is a great material. Grilamid is another one. Again, you want to look for something that's lightweight. If it's not adjustable with a lot of these frames, they don't need to be wrapped around the back of the ear. You want to make sure that they hold their shape then, and these guys are going to do that for sure, while definitely not leaving an impact weight-wise on your bridge, because there is nothing good about that. A don't is metal or acetate. Metal frames tend to almost always come with that adjustable nose pad. While adjustable is nice, it means it is another breakable part. If you were to say take a tumble, hit those frames, that can do some damage, and that's no fun. That is for sure. Also, acetate is a frame material. You don't see that too often in a good sport sunglass, but those can tend to be a little more brittle, not as comfortable, just heavier, potentially not a great fit for the sport. Do get rubber grip. Obviously, that makes sense, right? You want them to stay on your face. Grip on the temple, grip on the nose. Like I said, ideally both is best. In my opinion, I think that it tends to be more important on the nose, but there are definitely some really good designs out there that have grip just on the temple that are fantastic. If you're running hard, breaking a sweat, obviously you want to make sure that they stay on your face, and that rubber is going to help keep them on your face. Also tends to be a little more comfortable. Do not get rubber grip. So don't get rubber grip, because it makes a big difference. When it comes to lenses, do get something lightweight and impact resistant. I'm talking your polycarbonates and your Trivex, great materials for the sport. Don't get glass. That's a big don't. It is super heavy, not at all impact resistant, and it tends to be more expensive anyway. They can crack, they can shatter, not worth it if you're looking for a pair for running, for sure. Quick side note while we're talking about lenses on polarization. As a general statement, polarization is good. It cuts glare bouncing off of other objects. Obviously, that's going to help avoid some of that excess annoying light, but then you have to consider what kind of running you're doing. If you're doing road running, then it can be nice. Cuts glare off of the road, cuts glare off of vehicles and windows, maybe the water. If you're doing trail running where you're primarily in dirt, not a lot of glare coming off of dirt and rocks. And there is a downside to polarized in that it can affect your depth perception, which affects your ability to read the terrain, and the ups and downs and ins and outs of that trail are going to be less perceivable. While we're on the topic of lenses, lens color is going to make a big difference, so make sure that you get a lens color that's great for the sport. I'm talking rose copper. That is my favorite color when it comes to really just a general all-around great sport lens color, just all sports, really and truly, because it does help to enhance contrast, enhance depth perception cues, makes it easier to read and understand the terrain. Just a good idea across the board. If you don't like the idea of a rose copper, something that's a little bit darker but still good at enhancing contrast are your browns and coppers and bronze. Those are really good colors for sure. If you want a lens that's good for lower light, lets a good amount of light through, consider amber. If you want to look for something that's a little more sport specific and a little more fine-tuned by a specific brand, I really like Oakley, and their Prism Road lens is a fantastic lens. By the way, available in prescription, so check that out. Again, like I said, we don't push polarize too hard, but you have to consider what kind of running you're doing, so that's a thought. Transitions can be good if you find that you go out early in the morning when the sun's not up all the way, and you continue running as the sun gets up and super bright and shiny. Transitions can be good because it'll change with the light conditions. Something to consider for sure. So obviously, where would we be if we did not discuss fit? That's super important. If they don't fit you well, they're not going to stay on your face. And like I said, you don't want a detraction from when you're running. You want to be able to put something on your face and forget it's there. You want it to be performance enhancing. So when it comes to fit, we like to be a little more specific. There are a ton of frame measurements out there that's inconsistent, and it doesn't always give you a good idea of how it's actually going to fit you. And so at SportRx, we have a measurement that we call the SFW, which does really give you a better concept of how it's going to fit on your face. And when we do individual frame reviews, we do mention specifically the SFW of that frame, so you can get a better idea of how it will fit you. And if you want more information on that video, check it out. We have it. And now for those friends of mine who are prescription wearers, I love you so. We have lots of options available for you, tons of frame choices. We usually have some guidance on some specific sports, whether or not you should go with progressive or single vision, or when you shouldn't go with progressive. In the case of running, progressive is totally fine if you need it. You just want to make sure that you err on the side of lower when it comes to that segment placement. Also, frame selection will be important. With the segment placement being lower, you want to make sure that there is enough lens that you're still looking through lens as that segment gets lower. That can get a little confusing and overwhelming, but don't worry about it. At SportRx, we have trained, seasoned opticians just waiting to hear from you. We love hearing from you and helping you go through that process. So definitely reach out to us. So that pretty well covers everything that I think you need to know about getting a great pair of running sunglasses. Hopefully the information was organized and concise enough for you to apply this to the perfect pair for you. Like I said, we definitely also have some great videos that give you more guidance on frames specifically. But we are also more than happy, like I said, and will say a million times more, opticians waiting to talk to you, whether you need prescription or don't need prescription. Also, don't forget, our See Better guarantee means that you are going to be happy with what you get from us, so don't forget about that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this information was useful to you and valuable. If so, throw us a thumbs up. Also, if you subscribe, we have lots more relevant, interesting information like this, and you'll hear about it first when it drops. Other related videos down there or over there, information galore down there. We are on social media platforms with more information like this as well. Check us out there at SportRx. Thanks for watching.